Thank you, Carter. We resume.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honorable Commissioners, I recall Mr. Ibrahim Anjay.
Sir, you're welcome. You can have a seat. So. We just remind you of the oath that is still on the oath, sir.
Mr. Jai, yesterday you submitted some documents concerning the Maintenance Service Agency, Company Limited. You were required to provide the documents, other documents that you mentioned, including the delivery orders that you received from KGI.
Yes, ma'am. I have got the...
Do you have all the documents?
I have all the documents, yeah.
Okay, all right. Just tell us what you have so that we can receive them to complete the file.
Yeah. I have delivery notes for MSA, and 50 tractors were delivered, and suspecting that 9 of them we are given away without any receipts, but the rest have been sold out of 50. So 51 we are sold, and 9 suspected to have been given to some army officers and even Canyon Life Farm.
Do you have a complete list of the persons to whom the 50 were delivered?
Yes, that is, yes.
And let me just understand, this is from KGI delivering those tractors and issuing you with delivery notes or orders. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's have them. What about the rest of the tractors?
The order list that I have summarized is really for KGI.
Do you have all the delivery orders that were given to MSA by
yes.
KGI?
Yes, I have.
Yes, can you add them to the list that you're talking about? You're saying 9 was given away, you think?
Yes, because I have marked I have put an asterisk mark against those I suspected were just given away, but the rest were sold.
You suspected. What is the basis of your suspicion?
Well, because it was given to one Lieutenant S. Balde was issued a tractor twice, and WO2, an army officer, was issued tractor twice. And
what is the name of the army officer?
Excuse me?
What is the name of the army officer?
The name of the?
You said an army officer.
Yes, Lieutenant S. Balde. Lieutenant S. Balde.
Twice.
Was issued tractors on 2 occasions with different T&D numbers, okay, and different dates. Lieutenant A. Job was given a tractor, and then WO2 was given tractor twice.
Sorry, who WO2?
WO2 is an army term. I think WO2 it's a status in the army.
There is no name attached.
It's WO2 Mbai. Okay. WO2 Mbai. Also received tractors twice. Then there is one Ansumana Jame here also who received tractors. And you also have Ensa Baji receiving tractors on behalf of Kanilai Farm, but no delivery note was indicated. You also have Henny Musa giving a tractor to the ambassador of Guinea-Bissau. One tractor was given to Guinea-Bissau by Henny Musa. And then again, Ansumana Jamme, also another tractor. It means he has two tractors was received by it. So making it the total 8.
Okay. The 9th, you mentioned 9 tractors.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yes, 9.
9 tractors altogether.
9 tractors, yeah. So that is why I said those ones I suspect they were without receipts. So I thought they were given out. They were just like gifts.
You think they were given out gratis?
Yes, that's what I believe.
Thank you. Just add the delivery orders, attach the delivery orders to your list. All the delivery orders for tractors during the period MSA was responsible.
So I have the file here, so it's...
Okay, that's all part of it. All right, can I have those? Okay, so what happened to the rest of the tractors? Do you have any record?
The rest of the tractors, we handed over to UST, USCO, that's a Unique Transport Company. Yes, Unique Transport Company.
All right. Who were the persons to whom you handed over?
It was one Lalia Diab,
All right. But I see that you have documents. How come you have those documents?
Yes, because when we were leaving, we left it. There were some ex-MSA staff working with them to continue the tractor assembly process. Otherwise, none could assemble those tractors.
Okay.
None would be able to continue the...
I understand.
Yeah.
So how did you come by the documents?
Yes, because of recent I am working with one Ismail Assisi, who was heading the tractor assembly unit. And when I mentioned to him that I was coming to the commission, and I also inquired, about the list that they had with them, he told me that they have also got another list whilst he was serving UTSCO. So
he gave you the documents?
He gave me the documents, yes.
And a list?
Not a list. He gave me the documents, delivery notes, and then he gave me further the items that we are giving away given away by the ex-president at this place at McCarthy Square. He gave me that list as well.
Okay. The ex-president gave away some tractors at McCarthy Square?
Yes. Those were 150 tractors. So I have got that list here. And a breakdown of, I was able to do analysis on that list. They were all 275 model tractors. 55 had complete sets. When I mean complete set, that is, 55 had trailers, plows, harrow disc, and also repair kit and user's manual. So that's a complete kit for the tractors. But again, out of these 150, again 94 didn't have 6 disc plows. 96 didn't have that. Means only one item. And then there's 64 others which hadn't got harrow disc plow, and trailers.
Okay, you prepared that list
Yes, I did an
from the
analysis
file
of-
that Mr. Ismail Assisi handed over to you.
And that list is mark C. It's item C. If I can just summarize what I have
Yes, please do. Please
written.
do. That will help us.
Yes, I have marked them as item A, 275 DI tractors. 69, the quantity was 70. 40 are without, 40 are with receipts. The rest are not the rest are without receipts. So it means perhaps 30 we are giving away. But it's on my analysis, I have 40 with receipts and the rest are without receipts. And the total number is 70. That is for item A. Attachment A. And attachment B is 275 DI tractors. 12 was given to URR, 12 was given to CRR, 13 was given to NBR, another 13 was given to WCR, and 2 was given to LRR. I think this refers to the regions in the Gambia. So in all, we have 52 tractors given to all the regions. So that is part B of this thing. It's all here, and the recipients are also signed on it, and we have their names and their signatures. So the last part, which is C, is the 150 tractors that were issued to people at Makati Square. So that's part C. So it's A, B, and C. Okay. And this note explains what happened.
All right. We appreciate it. We appreciate your diligence, Mr. Jai. Let me just understand. The ones that were given at Makati Square, were they given gratis?
No, I don't know.
They were just distributed at Makati Square?
Yes.
All right. But the ones that went to URR?
No, after when we retired, I don't know much about this, but I just made an analysis, of what I saw on this file, on UTSCO's file.
All right. That was given to you by Ismail Assisi?
That was given to me by
Where is Mr. Sise now?
Mr. Sise is at home.
Okay, all right. Can you put it together?
Yes, please.
Just put it in the logical order in which you
Yes.
presented them.
Yes, ABC.
Yes. Attach the file. So you can clip the documents to the file. Thank you. Could you collect them? Is there any other document?
No, ma'am.
We're grateful for your diligence. Mr. Chairman, may I apply to have admitted the documents submitted yesterday, comprising the Certificate of Incorporation of Maintenance Service Agency Company Limited, dated 15 February 1996, the share certificates, one for Gambia Public Transport Corporation and State Department for Finance and Economic Affairs, dated 18 August 1997, the TIN number for MSA, their certificate of membership of Chamber of Commerce, the lease for the premises, loan agreement signed with the government, and correspondence between MSA and the government, and a letter from the Department of State for Finance to GRA. I'm also applying to have admitted documents with regard to the tractors distributed by MSA before it was sold to UT ESCO, or before it was taken over by UT ESCO. And again, and another folder containing documents given to this witness by one Ismail Assisi concerning the distribution of tractors under UTSCO.
Mr. Njai,
Yes, please.
when you write to date, does that refer to your last date of engagement as an employee of MSA?
No, that is referring to the assignment taken over by UTSCO. That's the deliveries that they have been doing to date.
Okay, so to date refers to precisely 2015, 16. When did UTSC last exist?
That is, it last existed, well, in 2017.
2017.
Yes, please.
So we can say year 2008 to 2017.
Yes, we can say.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Bundle of documents of Maintenance Services Agency Company Limited, MSA, including original certificate of incorporation dated 15th February 1996 and copy lease of MSA Kotu premises, serial registration number K18 1999, dated 23rd December 1998, admitted mark MS 130A. MSA Company Limited folder. Containing copy vehicle receipt dispatch forms and delivery notes for 50 tractors for the year 2008, admitted mark MS 130. B. Unique Transport System Company Limited folder containing copy vehicle receipt dispatch forms and delivery notes for 150 tractors from the year 2008 to the year 2017. Admitted mark MS 130C.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have no further questions for Mr. Jai. I'm grateful for your assistance.
Okay. Thank you very much. I just want to inform you that we are trying to revive MSA, and in the process we have I want to inform the Commission that there are still Mahindra tractors, which will be there is a stock of Mahindra tractors, though there are no more tractors, but the spare parts are available. So we have an up-to-date inventory of the spare parts, and if the Commission would need it, then I will forward it.
Certainly we will need it.
Yeah.
But when you say we are trying to revive MSA, to quote you, who is we?
That's under the Ministry of Transport, Works and Communication. I am doing the consultancy. And
you're doing a consultancy?
Yeah.
But no operations have started?
No operations have started, no.
So you were appointed by the Ministry of Works?
By the Ministry of Works, thank you.
Well, that's interesting. All right. We will look into that, because the title to MSA is one that is under investigation by this Commission. Mm-hmm. I hope that will be borne in mind, that the title is under investigation.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Bear that in mind. Okay.
Is that all, Mr. Jai?
Yes.
Well, we thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, you may leave now.
Okay, thank you.
Honorable Commissioners, I call Lali Diab.
Checking the Quran. The Bible, sorry. Bible. You could read after me. I swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give to this commission shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. You can wait for the instruction.
Could you kindly state your names?
My name is Lali Diab Ganem.
L-A-L-Y?
Yes, please.
Could you spell the Ghanem as well?
G-H-A-N-E-M.
Where do you live?
I live in Fajara.
What work do you do?
I run my family business.
What is it called?
Emporium.
Could you kindly sit down?
Thank you.
Mr. Ghanem. were summoned in connection to maintenance service agency premises at court to MSA,
Yes.
and you have provided a lot of documents actually to the investigators, which we have.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you prefer, because I will be applying to admit those documents, would you prefer that we admit yours or the ones you have provided?
I would prefer that because these are the only original sets I have.
All right. We probably would want to certain documents, the originals of certain documents that you have, but I'll tell you which ones.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, as we go along.
Yes, ma'am.
But you have documents that you can refer to.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How did you become involved with MSA?
I actually did not directly become involved with MSA. I was asked to launch UTSCO, and as a result, we were using my first exposure to MSA. Actually, I never knew it existed. Was when I was taken around to allocate a site for UTSCO. That was sometime in 2008, and I was shown the MSA facility, and we had chosen that facility because of the area available to park the buses and operate UTSCO from there.
Okay. All right. Let's maybe just to put things in context. What is UTSO?
UTSCO is a bus and transport company. It was registered prior to my engagement, but I was the one who actually launched the buses.
You said you were asked
Yes, ma'am.
to manage UTSO. I believe that's what you said.
Yes, ma'am.
Who asked you?
The former head of state.
The ex-president Jammeh.
Yes, please.
Correct. So UTSO, you're saying, was a bus, did you say a bus company?
A bus and transport company.
Bus and transport company.
Yes, ma'am.
And the UTSO itself, who are the shareholders?
May I refer to the documents?
Yes, certainly. Please do.
According to the records I have access to, the shareholders are Kanilai Family Farms, KGI International, Sindola Safari Lodge, and Zainab Yahya Jammeh.
What documents are you referring to?
I'm referring to the memorandum and articles.
Of association.
The memorandum of association, actually.
All right. So you said you were, I'll show you these documents, copies of which you have provided shortly for you to confirm that
Yes,
these are the
please.
same as the ones that you are referring to.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you said you were approached and you went round, you were taken round,
Yes.
and you identified MSA.
Yes, I did not know prior to that anything about, in fact, I had never been to that area. I was taken to two locations as a choice to choose where it would be most appropriate to park the buses. And I was taken to GPTC first and then to MSA. And my recommendation was, because there was so much space available at MSA, it would be more appropriate to park the buses there. And there was for administration, there was a block that was not being used, and I felt it would be the place the admin could be set up. But I was not familiar at all with that area before. That was my first visit.
So when you identified, or MSA, what happened next?
I went back and I reported to the former head of state, and then and he asked
The former president?
Yes, please.
Yes.
And he asked me to go ahead and discuss with the manager then if they would allow us to use that block and the place to park the buses. And if I recall correctly, there was no problem.
You have provided a copy of the letter that you wrote to the ex-president in this regard.
I think
Is that the letter dated 19 June 2008?
19 June, yes.
You wrote
I had written back a briefing after that, yes, what it would entail. I have it right here. Yes, ma'am.
All right. What buses? You said it was a bus and transport company. Had you seen the buses at that time?
At that time, no, ma'am. I didn't see the buses.
When did you see the buses?
I saw them 1st of July.
2000?
The
What year?
2008, yes. Let me refer to my records. Yes, in July 2008, ma'am.
They were handed over to you at some stage?
Yes, I hadn't seen the buses, but the day they were supposed to be handed to me, I was informed to go to State House and to receive the buses, and I arranged a handing over note when I received them.
Where were they handed over to you?
I received 31 Bluebird buses, 4 Hyundai minibuses, and 4 Chevrolet vans.
Were these new?
Brand new, as far as I was concerned. I did not check the mileage, but they looked new to me.
Do you know the origin of these buses? Did you know?
No, ma'am.
Who was at the handing over?
It was the commander of State Guard and the drivers that went with me to collect the buses.
What is the name of this commander?
His name was Lieutenant Colonel Jai.
In what capacity were you asked to manage this company?
This is not a typical situation. I did not have an employment contract as such. This was a verbal request, and I was told to try to manage it. But considering I was already running my family business, I technically hired managers and hired people to do it, and I was overseeing it. But there was no technical job description or contract written.
In relation to the company, how would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as the manager because at one point I had to leave for maternity leave. I handed over to somebody else, and then when I came back, I received the letter that I should manage the place. But I was not based there. I hired people to run the operation, and I met with them on a regular basis.
Do you have a copy of that letter that you received?
That was after my maternity leave.
Yes.
I will have to revert to it and get it for you. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you these documents that relate to UTSC, the memorandum and articles and so on, which you provided.
Yes, ma'am.
Just confirm that these are the documents and what documents these are, then I'll apply to have them admitted. Can you tell, for the record, tell us what that bundle consists of?
Okay. I had labeled this as bundle number 1.
Yes.
It consists of a letter dated 19th of June, basically giving a summary of the initiation of UTSCO and my directives to operate. It consists of the handing over notes of the fleet of vehicles. It consists of the certificate of incorporation in early 2008. It consists of the memorandum and articles of association. It consists of the business registration. And then it also consists of the tax clearance certificate, the application of business registration, income tax payment, GRA domestic tax for business registration, the stamp duty. It also consists of a GRA clearance certificate in 2010 and a renewal of the business registration in 2010. A GRA payment also up to 2010. And this is another payment, and a social security clearance, ma'am.
Now, why up to 2010 with regard to the clearances that you have?
The reason I attached the 2010 is because we made sure we were in full compliance in 2010. I was registering Sindola Safari Lodge, and I had recommended that we check that all the companies were in compliance. So as a result, we also made sure that UTSCO was up to date up to that point.
You continue to be responsible, let me use that term, for GTS, for this company, UTSCO, until when, CO?
I think, let me just refer to the date. Until 26th of July 2012, ma'am.
2012.
Yes, please.
So what happened in 2012?
I received a letter from Office of the President asking me to suspend the operations and to hand over to Commander Sane.
Commander Sanya?
Sane.
Sane.
Yes, please.
That letter is not among the documents that you have provided?
Not in this bundle, ma'am.
All right. All right. Okay, I will just put this down, so we will apply in due course to have it registered. Now, at some point, the MSA headquarters was handed over to you.
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
correct?
That is correct, ma'am.
And also, UTSCO acquired MSA.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us about the acquisition by UTSCO of MSA premises?
Yes. Later in 2008, I was instructed by the former president to represent him in the negotiations of the purchase of the MSA property and assets.
He was the one purchasing?
It was UTSCO on behalf of UTSCO, but he gave me the instructions.
Okay. So UTSCO was the one that approached the government to purchase MSA?
Yes, I represented UTSCO, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, tell us what happened. Where did you go and how was the sale conducted?
Okay, at the time I got an indication of the reserved price and my briefing from the former head of state, and then I was given an appointment, and I went with my operations manager at UTSCO. We went together.
Where?
To Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
And at Ministry of Finance we started the negotiations.
Who was Minister of Finance at the time? Do you recollect?
I do not recollect, ma'am.
Who did you meet with?
I do not recollect the names because I did not have a personal relationship with anybody there. This was impromptu. But I remember there was the permanent secretary, Ministry of Finance. I remember there was a representative from GDA and a representative from Justice Department. Those are the three I recollect, ma'am.
Okay. How did you know that MSA premises was up for sale?
Through the former head of state, ma'am.
So there was nothing like an advertisement or anything like that?
I was not aware of it. That was the first time I was informed.
All right. Okay, so you went to the meeting at the Ministry of Finance?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And
What?
we agreed. And I do not recollect whether it was one meeting or more than one meeting, but it had to be more than one because they had to draft an agreement of sale. And then we agreed on payment terms to the best of my recollection.
All right. How much was the agreed price?
$1.3 million.
Who and how was it paid?
I was instructed to make a payment plan, and I did so accordingly. My instruction was to have it every 3 months. So I arranged for that, and they were in agreement. And if I recall properly, the cash was sent to me upon when the payments were due to submit to GDA.
So the payments were in cash?
My memory fails me, but I know at least a few of them were cash because I had sent my assistant to the central bank to deposit it there. But in my records, I realized there was one which was a bank check from Access Bank, but that could have been because we were banking with Access Bank and we deposited the funds there.
By we, you mean
UTSCO, yes, ma'am. But we had paid all the payments via the central bank and GDA.
By the central bank, into the central bank?
Yes, ma'am.
Divestiture account at the central
If
bank.
I remember correctly, I would send my assistant, she would pick up somebody from GDA, they would go to the central bank, then she brings back the deposit to them and they would issue a receipt or confirmation.
Now, you didn't provide the sale agreement.
Yes, that is correct.
Why
I
is
do
that?
not have it with me.
You didn't
I
have
could
it.
not find it, which I found very odd for that matter. I could not find it in any of my files, but I would like to highlight that the only reason I have these files with me, these were reports I was sending to the former head of state. I was not allowed to keep any file that belonged to UTSCO upon handing over.
You were not allowed?
No.
What do you mean by that?
When Commander Sane came to the site, he sealed the site and said we cannot remove any document from there.
This was in 2012.
Yes. So what I have with me are the reports I used to send to the former head of state.
All right. In the folder that you called number 2,
Yes, ma'am.
there is a photocopy of handwritten document which seems to say statement of witness. It's very faded. I've not been able to read it. What is that about?
When we paid all the 4 installments, we requested for the lease from GDA, and then we were waiting for it to be processed, and then at one point I was asked about the lease, and I said that we have not received it yet, and then we were all called to the police the next day, and so we all gave a statement as to whether we had paid and what happened. That is what is written on the statement, and ultimately we all went to court to testify.
Who went to court? Who was
Myself
charged?
and my assistant, who was physically taking the payments to the central bank. Those 2 statements are myself and my assistant, and I believe the CEO of GDA.
Was anyone charged?
I don't know, because after I testified in court, I never asked and I never went there again. But ultimately, GDA gave us the lease.
No. What I want to know, when you go to court to testify, it
Yes,
has
ma'am.
to be in a case.
Yes.
Because this is a statement of witness, it looks like it was not a civil case. Was there a criminal case and someone was charged?
I'm not sure, because all I can recall is we both went to the police, we gave statements, and we went to the magistrate court next to the police station, and we were called into the box, we gave statements. So I did not pursue that matter. My concern at that point was that we get the lease.
Now, as I said, the witness statement is very faded. Do you
Yes.
have a better copy?
No,
You
ma'am.
provided it.
No,
This
I
is what
don't.
you have.
Yes.
What was the name of the case? Because we can't read it, so
I cannot remember. I remember the judge was Justice Enquiry, but I don't remember anything else.
all right. Now, after you got the lease,
Yes, ma'am.
it was assigned to you, to UTSC?
UTSU.
Yes. I see you have a letter that was written to my firm by Gambia Divestiture Agency.
Can I please ask you to say that again, ma'am? Which
Yes.
letter?
A letter written to my firm, or to myself, I think. I mean,
Okay.
by GD.
Okay,
Yes,
I
GDA.
don't think that was from me. I think that was from GDA.
It was from GDA.
Yes, I think that was with reference to getting the lease processed.
Yes.
Yes.
They actually instructed that I prepare a deed of assigned lease document.
Yes.
Yes, transfer of title deed.
Yes, yes.
But the assignment that you have provided doesn't show who prepared it, because I believe my office prepared it.
Okay.
Do you have a better copy?
No, ma'am. I have, in fact, what I have are photocopies, and this would have been what I sent in my report.
Okay.
I would not have access to any of these original documents because they were submitted to the former head of state. So I always made copies for myself of what I sent in my reports.
But the original lease was handed over to you?
Yes, I believe so. I would
And
like,
what-
I don't recall, but if I have a copy, it means it was submitted to me and I submitted it to His Excellency. Actually, if you refer, ma'am, to a letter dated 24th December 2009 in the back of the package.
December 2009.
Yes, I have written notes here. I'm not sure if they appear in your copy that I delivered to
Is a
see.
letter written to the managing director UTSC from GDA?
No, this is to His Excellency, the former president. It's the last letter on the package.
Can you give the witness the document?
This is it, ma'am.
Yes.
It is a letter I had written on December 24, 2009 to the former president, and I've written in my notes it was delivered to State House on 24th of December 2009. And I say, please find enclosed the following documents: deed of assignment, the lease, handing over letter from GDA, and copy of receipt from GRA for first installment of stamp duty. So I did submit everything to the former head of state.
Okay. Let me just flag a letter. Can I have the documents back? Let me just ask you one question. When you went to finance to negotiate the sale of this property,
Yes, ma'am.
did the GDA and people at the Ministry of Finance know that this, the company, UTSC, was owned by the shareholders that you mentioned, Kanilai Family Farms, KGI, and the ex-president's wife?
I do not believe so, because personally, I was only aware of that in 2010 when I asked that we regularize everything up to date. That's when I had access to the memorandum. But I do not believe, because it was not discussed there. And neither did I know at the time personally who owned the company, because I did not participate in the registration of the company.
But surely when the president himself asked you to manage this company, you must have had some indication of his...
My impression was it was owned by him, ma'am. My personal impression.
Well,
But I never asked because it was not, the information was not disclosed at the time. But when we tried to put everything in order, of course I had to see all the documents.
I asked you this question, Ms. Diab Ghanem, because some of your letters to Gambia Divestiture Agency was copied to H.E. Sheikh, Dr. Alhaji A.J.J. Jammeh.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you purchased, or UTSCO purchased, you said, the premises for $1.3 million.
Yes, ma'am.
And then tell us about what happened after, your connection to these tractors, these Mahindra tractors in particular.
When we purchased the MSA, the tractors were already on the site. So there was a handing over process, and I hired a consultant to execute a thorough handing over process. The tractors were the first items that were handed over to us, including all the facilities.
Right. There's quite a significant bundle here, so I'll just give them to you with a handwritten note addressed to His Excellency. I'll just ask you to read the handwritten note. It's a short one.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I'll apply to have admitted the documents so far, because time is going tender. We'll have to continue tomorrow. Tell us what that bundle comprises.
This is the full set of handing over documents upon the finalization of the purchase agreement with MSA. And it entails section by section what we received. It is very detailed. Every tool, every aspect was put in the inventory.
With whom did you take this inventory?
As I said, I hired a consultant, and he executed the inventory with. I am fully engaged in my family business, so we had a discussion, and I said to him, okay, I can try to put it together. I have no experience, but I'll try my best. I think one of my letters even mentioned that. And, we had mutual respect for each other, and as the head of state, I cannot say no.
Right. I asked you this question because you also manage Sindola, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, we will come to that another time.
Yes.
I understand you're saying that you found it difficult or impossible to say no, but why not be paid? It's a business, isn't it?
Yes.
If he hired a managing director, he would have had to pay the managing director.
Okay, that is a very good point. But I felt if I insisted on an enumeration, I would have to be present on the site. And my business and my commitments would not allow me to do that. And I did not want to be tied down to any situation like that.
Okay. All right. I'll stop there for now. I'll just apply to have this admitted before they become too many. Sorry. Mr. Chairman, may I apply to have admitted three bundles, one comprising a letter addressed to the former president by this witness, handing over notes of 31 Bluebird buses, 4 Hyundai minibuses, and 4 Chevrolet vans, and the memorandum and articles of association and associated documents of UTSCO. The second bundle comprises correspondence regarding the acquisition of MSA leasehold premises by UTSCO, together with a copy of the deed of assignment, serial registration number 1147 of 2009, volume 72 KD, and also a copy of MSA lease, which we already have, but since it's part of the bundle produced by this witness, I do not wish to have it detached, and including associated documents relating to stamp duty. Third bundle comprises handing over documents from MSA to UTSCO, all the premises and its contents.
Huh? No? What do you want to do? Please. It is 151A. UTS Co. Gambia Limited, Certificate of Incorporation, number 75, 2008, and related documents, including copy memo and articles of association dated 18th January 2008, admitted mark 131A. The memorandum, take that. The memo and it is to be noted that both the Certificate of Incorporation and the Memorandum and Articles of Association have the name as stated. Apparently, the incorporators prefer to have the acronym UTS Co. Gambia Limited. And that is how we call the company. There is nothing like unique. That has to be noted. I will continue. Bundle of UTS Co. Limited copied documents, including deed of assignment, serial registration number 1147/2009, volume 72 KD, dated 22nd December 2009, between the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs and Unique Transport System Co. Limited, plus related documents, admitted marked MS 131B. Again, it is to be noted that in the deed of assignment, it is not stated that the assignment is between the Ministry of Finance and UTS Co. Limited. What is stated is exactly what I have read. That is to say, Unique Transport System Company Limited. I continue. Handing over report dated 22nd January 2009, prepared by consultant A.J. Newlands for UTS Co. Limited through Lali Diab Ganem, with several handing over notes annexed. Mark, admitted mark MS 131C.
How many more minutes do we have, Mr. Chairman?
We rise until tomorrow at 10 o'clock.